Star Lacrosse. Grow the game and treat it well.
You're naughty.
I'm the dude, man.
What's up, guys? Long time no video. The holidays sort of were crazy, and then I had just a bunch of different graphic design and illustration projects hit, all with similar deadlines. So I've just been kind of underwater with all of that. I wanted to make this video because it's like, I want to shave. I'm done with this thing, but I couldn't shave until I made one more video so I could talk about it. So check it out. It's silly. Cracks my kids up when I do this. When I fold it under, they're like, "Oh my God, your face is so small under there." Look at that. My chin, you know, like this is, I've got this massive chin, but really I just have a normal man, human chin, lip and chin, but it looks so strange. So I don't know what I'm going to do. Maybe I'll just go serious handlebar mustache. Problem is, in the last year I've gained like 20 pounds. So when I shave this, I'm probably going to have a giant double chin, which, that's not cool. I was like, man, maybe I'll just lose like 10 pounds before I shave it. Or gain 5 more, which kind of how it went, but whatever. So today I am taking a break from work. I have a lot to do, and I'll have practice tonight with my team, so I may be working late tonight. Today I am going to talk about the brand new Joule Lacrosse Ares head. They officially unveiled it at LaxCon, which I believe was last weekend, maybe the weekend before. I don't know. I didn't get to go. I was invited, and I was really looking forward to it, but I had to go to a coach's training. I'm on the board for our club, and I voted in favor of this coach's training, so I kind of had to go. Fun. I mean, it was a little classroom and then 6 hours on field, which, you know, I love that. But LaxCon would have been more fun. So maybe next year. So anyway, the Ares head. This is a revolutionary head. They're writing a new rule book over at Joule, and I think it's awesome. There are people who are complaining about, oh, it's an Epic Hawk ripoff. Let me go get an Epic Hawk. I have one around here somewhere. I have a Hawk. And if you look at it, if you're looking right here on the Hawk, you can see some similarities. But honestly, that's about where it stops. You know, even that, they don't even look that much alike. The Hawk is a innovative, cool head. I like it. A great first offering also, but you're kind of limited. It's, you know, they said this is kind of for a mid-high, high pocket. The Joule head is no offset, first of all. It's probably easier to put a mid-high, high pocket in it, but you can put any pocket in this, guaranteed. So the mid rail is with holes is, you know, it's been done. The Brian Asset, I believe, tried it, but it was executed poorly. This, you know, for its flex, you know, these rails, when I initially saw it, I'm like, well, is that just a rail, support rail, you know, to get the flex and torsion they want, and then the holes are just added for weight minimization? And I was like, you know what, I don't think so. I think this is an actual stringing option, and it took me a while to wrap my head around it. I didn't try to string it that way. I know Pipo did. He might be the only one who's done it. You know, we haven't even explored the possibilities with this head. The stringing possibilities are literally endless. But that mid rail, you could string a pocket in there, a standard pocket, but you're going to get an extra 3/4 of an inch depth by having your pocket start up here. So I mean, that's really pretty cool. I haven't done it yet, but I'm looking forward to doing it. I dyed one up yesterday, real quick dye. I masked off the Joule logo, and then put a couple stars inside, and just did red. People were asking how it dyes. It doesn't have any weird spots, like real weird spots like some heads do. It's a little faded here on the throat, just a tiny little bit lighter, and a little bit here. I did a hot dye, probably 190 degrees, full box of red, scarlet red, and 25 minutes in the dye. People were also asking if it changed the flexibility once it was heated, and it didn't. So 25 at 190, a lot of heads will just turn into putty after that. This is just as stiff as a brand new one, same flex, so that's nice. So definitely a good head to dye. The scoop, it's got the Joule logo in here embossed. So you know, you can't do logos here, but there's plenty of other spaces. That's a nice big space. And this top rail, how it's beveled inward, that's for you know, 50-50 balls right there. They hit, they're going to channel inward. Even 60-40, they're going to channel inward. That's all by design, and it's a really good idea. You know, Jake, I talked to him on the phone, and he had me test it. He said, you know, just drop a ball right there on the rail, and it channels inward. You know, so kids with catching problems who hit the rail all the time and get those skid marks, this is going to help channel that ball right in there. It's all about possession, right? So this was my first pass at stringing it. No, that's not true. They sent me a 3D print, two 3D printed prototypes, one of which I broke, and then the other one I strung up, and it had to be so careful because it was brittle and fragile. Stringing it, I couldn't pull my knots, and even if I did a little bit, it would creak and crack. So I got down sidewall, you know, and I was scared to back out and redo it, so I just did the other sidewall, and I was like, man, I do not like that pocket. So I started backing out, and it was like really talking to me, like, don't do this, dude. You're going to break another one. And since I had already broken one, I was like, just send it off. So I sent it back to LaxCon, kind of like that. So when they sent me this the other day, box of heads, I was really excited to dive in and string it. So I mean, it's a pretty simple string job, but it's gonna throw nice. I can tell. I like it. I have a bunch here, so I'm gonna get into the stringing. One of these is an Epic Hawk, which I need to string up or dye or something. So, and what's interesting here is this is the attack. What do they call it? Attack class flex, and the same mold, same head shape. This is the defense class. This thing is stiff. It's a little heavier, but it's just, I mean, this is going to impale people on poke checks. Yeah, the thing is tough. So, and it's a little, you know, it's the same mold like I said, but material-wise, I think it's a little different. I think he said they added something to the nylon polymer, strengthen it up a little bit, and it's a slightly different white. So I'd be curious to see how this one would dye, just with the extra whatever is in it. I can't remember what he had said. Defense class, attack class, same head. Which, if you think about it, most companies that are selling defense heads, it's a totally different layout. It's you know, wider, and they go through things to make that extra stiffness that don't always translate to an attack head. So the fact that they're using materials, you know, Joule is sort of material driven. They want to use innovative, effective materials, and so this kind of stuff is very cool. I like that. And so when you look at this head, it looks wide, right? You know, it looks like a wider head, but what you're seeing is this outside flare a little bit, and it narrows to the back end, back here. As it travels backward, it pinches in. So back here, on the back of the head, that's right at expect measurements, right? So right there is where you want to be. Up front, it's considerably wide, well, not considerably, but it's wider. And then with the increased surface area of the rail for ball retention and catching, it looks wide. So it's a little deceiving when you look at it. So the scoop has this wide geometry. Jake was telling me about it. He comes from a golf background, manufacturing golf clubs, and a thing with irons, shorter shorter irons is the curvature. I'm not sure if it's called a curvature, but you know, they need to minimize bounce. So if you come in shallow, you know, you're going to get a little bounce. So they kind of applied this to this this scoop, which is very cool. You know, if you can minimize bounce, especially on turf, coming in for a ground ball, they went through the design of this head, you know, kind of just thinking, what do we want? What do we want to do? And so they're implementing and trying and testing. And one thing when head designers go through the process of coming up with a new head is face-offs are always sort of an afterthought. If you think about it, I mean, it's such an important part of the game, but how many kids on a team face off? So you're looking at 1 in 20, 2 in 20, 3 in 20, something like that. That's a youth-sized team. High school, maybe 2 or 3 in 25. College, 3 or 4 in 30-something. So, you know, it's a minority in terms of the head buying demographic, but it's hugely important. So heads that turn out, if you know, as they get to market, they turn out to be good face-off heads. That's sort of just luck. So they were not really thinking about face-offs with this, but at LaxCon they had people facing off with it and saying that's a good face-off head. So how cool is that? You know, it's new technology, doing things different, bucking trends, and then it falls into that face-off category as well. That's cool. But at the end of the day, you know, as a first offering, a lot of it is, and especially when they're trying new things. This scoop, I'm really picky about my scoops, and I love this scoop. And the fact that a lot of thought went into it, and apparently most heads are like 50 to 75 degree off center, you know, is where their ideal ball retention or scooping ability is. This one is, yeah, this one performs at like 80, 85 degree off center, which is amazing. Now, as a coach, I don't want my kids coming in for ground balls steep like that, but sometimes you're jammed up, and if you're right over the ball, that's a good feature to have. Stringing it up was fun. I have quite a few here, and I'm looking forward to doing more stringings and getting a little wacky. The top holes are massive. You know, I do this, it's sort of like a bear claw top string. I think that's what it was called in the past. Let me see if I can get it focused. So it's kind of, basically it's just a triangle top, but instead of having the those lines coming out, whoa, they just go underneath this piece wrapping. I really like it, and you weave it in. It gives me a nice even tension across the top, and it looks super cool. But a lot of heads, it's impossible. But look at the size of those. I mean, there's still so much, there's 4 strings going through there, and there's still so much room in those top string holes, which, that's awesome. All right, guys, so check out JouleLacrosse.com. I would definitely suggest picking one of these up. I'm going to jump into the second rail. I've got a tournament this weekend, so not this weekend, but maybe like Monday night or something. I'm going to try some things. Definitely going to dye up another one, get a little more creative. This was a 20-minute quickie. Came out super sweet. I just really wanted to know if it would dye, and it dyes well. If you're looking for a new head, I'd say this is a winner. It's different, it's unique, but it's completely functional, and a lot of thought went into every aspect of it. I love it. It's a winner. I want to see what they're gonna do next. I think I have quite a few here, so I'll probably do a giveaway. Maybe I'll dye one up, string it up, and we'll do a cool Juwel Aries giveaway. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Sorry I have been off the grid. All right, guys, I will try to get another video next week. I got some things to show you, got some things to talk about. It's good to be back. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hey guys, thanks for watching my video. If you want to see more, click the video that's playing in the upper right of this screen. Click subscribe, click like. Go check me out on Instagram, RedStarLax, and be excellent to each other.